Hello, thanks for joining us again on the channel. Okay, yes, we've reviewed a lot of these. Too many, probably. But trust me, this one stands out. It caught me off guard, in a good way. Before we get started, there's a special discount if you're interested. The link is in the description and also in the top comment. Now, let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Let's start with our first reviewer's experience.
This reviewer purchased this network extender to tackle a challenging home Wi-Fi situation for their father. His home is a real challenge for wireless signals, with all brick construction, plaster walls, and a massive brick chimney running through the center. To make matters worse, an existing wireless camera system was completely overwhelming the 4 GHz band, making connectivity unreliable. Having had good experiences with other, more advanced hardware from this company, our reviewer decided to give this MeshPoint a try. Getting the device up and running was surprisingly simple, very much like setting up standard consumer gear. Our reviewer does suggest performing a firmware update right out of the box, a process made easy through the device's intuitive app. Finding the perfect spot for the unit required some patience and experimentation. This client ended up trying 4 or 5 different outlets before settling on the one that delivered the best results. Once positioned correctly, the extender was able to deliver the full speed of his dad's internet service to the far reaches of the house. Initially, it didn't resolve the severe interference from the cameras, though this wasn't entirely unexpected as it was still paired with an older, low-end router. The real breakthrough came after tinkering with the old router's settings. By reducing the power of its 4 GHz band, the new MeshPoint was able to use the cleaner 5 GHz frequency as its main connection back to the router. It then rebroadcasted a strong, stable signal on both bands, finally solving the interference problem. The result was excellent, reliable coverage in a part of the house that was previously a complete dead zone.
Wonderful. Now, let's explore the feedback from our next reviewer.
This reviewer has a good bit of experience with home networking equipment, including Google Mesh systems, smart TVs, security cameras, and various routers. They bought this Wi-Fi mesh system hoping for great range and easy setup. However, their initial experience wasn't smooth sailing. They found the setup process to be far from intuitive with unclear instructions. The physical units themselves are large, heavy, and seem sturdy, plugging directly into outlets. They have LED lights and make sounds to indicate their status, but our reviewer found the sounds to be unreliable. Unlike Google Wi-Fi, the app lacked a simple button to add a MeshPoint, making the process much more complicated. The system didn't automatically recognize additional points, and even when set up, the points frequently went offline, even when close to each other. The app also fell short, lacking features like mesh monitoring and offline notifications. It was hard to gauge the actual range since the points kept disconnecting, making it difficult to tell if the system was even working. Initially, our reviewer planned to return the whole kit, including the router and extra points because of these issues. However, after several days and many hard resets, the firmware on the antennas finally updated, and the router finally recognized the mesh points. They mentioned that these updates should have been more seamless. Following a more recent firmware update pushed out by the company, our reviewer experienced a significantly better performance. Now, they report no issues and even updated their rating to reflect this improvement. They especially appreciate the ability to remotely monitor and reset the router and points from a vacation home far away.
Great! Now let's see what our next reviewer has to say about their experience.
This reviewer was initially skeptical, but now, after experiencing the complete setup, is a total convert. The initial purchase was just a single MeshPoint to fix a persistent dead zone in the house. It worked so well, though, that our reviewer ended up getting the whole system, including the base station and 2 more mesh points. Now this client's place is blanketed in a strong, reliable Wi-Fi signal. The flat is located in an older building with thick walls that are notorious for disrupting Wi-Fi signals, creating numerous dead zones. Before this Wi-Fi system, speeds were around 40 Mbps in the areas that had any signal at all. Now, our reviewer is consistently seeing download speeds exceeding 125 Mbps throughout the entire apartment. The setup process is incredibly straightforward, thanks to the intuitive mobile app. It's essentially plug and play. The base station has minimal wiring, just the Ethernet cable to the modem and the power cord. The MeshPoint simply plugged directly into wall sockets. Our reviewer notes that it took only minutes to initially get up and running with the first MeshPoint, and only marginally longer to get the full setup going. Before opting for this mesh system, this client had tried various range extenders from different brands, all to no avail. The individual MeshPoint alone proved to be a far superior solution, delivering speeds almost as fast as the main router. Plus, unlike traditional extenders that create a separate network, this MeshPoint seamlessly integrates into the existing network, eliminating the need to switch network names as you move around the house.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you next time.